everyone, I've decided to make this video of just how I would normally get ready if I was wearing an outfit like this, for example. This is just to test my vlogging setup, to test lighting, to test its usability and what will work best. So I'll start with, I take off my glasses because you know, we're going to be working around the eyes, although my vision is bad. We're just going to, so I'm just going to show what I would do if I was wearing contacts, which I won't be, but this is for after I've put them on, because it will also help me see. So I will start with foundation. So I actually, like, if it's just like a day-to-day sort of a trip or outing, or like a fairly short one, I don't actually wear foundation for the whole face. So I use it as a concealer and just kind of you know, cover any imperfections, and then I blend it in, and then I will put a compact powder over it, or powder, this one, if I'm sort of wanting extra coverage, like it's a bit more than a special going out trip. So for the first step, so this is using the Stay Naked. So I swear by this product. It is the color 50NN, and yeah, that's when I last color matched. So I will be just putting it on like I normally would. So that would just be my first area is my under eyes, because they're sort of, I feel, my worst discolored part of my face. You know, I feel like you know, it's a big obvious sign of aging where every time you're tired it just shows. So I just, you know, generally, you know, you're not sleeping 8 hours every night, for example. It's just how it is when you age. So, and then I've started putting some on my cheeks. I feel like maybe this is a darker Asian complexion issue, but I feel like these corners, like of my nose, where like it's attached to my cheek, I feel like it's quite discolored as well. I feel like maybe if you're lighter skin it won't be as much of an issue, but that's also sort of my target areas when I am concealing imperfections. And then I just kind of, just quite lightly, there's just some little areas on the chin that's a little bit darker. So, and then kind of just, so not an overall coverage. So that's done. And then I use my beauty blender, which I've already wetted like a little bit. So I always do that because it just blends it better. So I will just pretty much just softly use the beauty blender over it. So you're literally just blending the spots that you've got foundation on. Pretty easy stuff, but you've got to be quite light-handed because you want to use the most of the product, and it also means it'll stay longer. Yeah, I do funny faces, don't I, with my tongue out and everything while I'm blending. Sort of just check for any last areas that need a once over. You'll be surprised what you can miss. And then just to kind of complete the face part, because you've got to do everything. I feel like there's no rule in terms of like if you should do eyes first or like eyebrows first, like, or like, you know, eyeliner or mascara first, or your face. But I feel like if you started doing face related makeup, then you've got to just sort of finish that bit so that you can see how everything blends with your eyeshadow and everything. So probably for this tutorial of sorts, I'll just use this, which I swear by. I have a new one for when I run out, but the cover looks like this, and it's from Sephora. I'm pretty sure Mecca doesn't stock it, you know how they're like competitions. So it's pretty much, this is my absolute go-to when I'm on the go. Like I never leave the house without it. And this product lasts so long. Like before I replaced my one, which I did in September last year, 2021, I had the previous one since February 2020. So that's over 1 year. Maybe if you use foundation every single day, no matter what occasion it is, it'll probably not last that long. But I use it pretty much every time I go out, like, and kind of just want to be a bit dressy. So I think that's still pretty good, like 1.5 years. And then I have this assortment of eyeshadows that we can use. So I kind of wanted to make the decision on the video so you can kind of see how everything's freestyled. So we've got Zoeva Cocoa Blend, we've got NARS, and we've got Huda again. Yeah, just some staples. Then I've got Bondurant. Before I had this, oh my gosh, it was in my wish list. It's funny how you like finally get it. It's still a great palette, but it's like, you know, I was crazy over it. And so yeah, so pretty much the first sort of color that I always put on is the base. So everything that I'm doing is pretty much like if you have my kind of skin tone, which is kind of quite tanned olive. And so with this assortment of brushes, it's really handy just to have stuff like this set up, so you can just see what you have and what you'll need in a very short time. So I will be using this brush cleaner. I highly recommend you brush your brushes, you clean your brushes often. I'm guilty of not doing it very often. Yeah, it will make it last longer, the colors will appear better and be more long lasting on your face. So just using just a quick brush cleaner. Getting the colors out. This is particularly more for like when you use your brush that's for the color part of your look. You're gonna see the previous use, you know, if you're like me and don't like wash it every few times you use it, like you will see obviously the previous color. And using NARS. And these are NARS's beautiful colors. This is my newest palette. So I bought it on Boxing Day. Oh, you can see all the colors there. So just this simple one, I swear colors like this gets used so much in all my eyeshadows because it's like my go-to base. So we'll do the old standing up trick to see what I'm doing. I have this thing with like doing it on your under eyes as well. It does help the whole dark eyes, dark circles issue. Just gives it like extra coverage. So just literally dabbing. yep, that's pretty much done. And what I always do is blend it with your fingers, just like something I've done over the years that I've stuck to. It just gives it just more of a blended look. So nothing complicated, literally just what I'm doing right now. Blending it with your fingers. And just me and my weird facials again. So, next thing is the like second color on your lids, which is your main, you know, the statement that you're making with your eyes, you could say. So I can see the blue, the dark sort of navy blue that I used last time. So the old brush cleaner, I just use, I put micellar in it. So the bottle does say Bare Minerals, and it was great. But for top up, I just use this Bioderma Sensible H2O micellar water. So the same, obviously, solution that you would use to remove your makeup, which is what we're doing. So and then just like dab on a tissue, like that's, I don't know if there's an actual like official proper way to do it, but I have always just used tissues. Obviously, if the brushes have color on them. I'm sure there's some fancy tool out there like that's proper for this, but that's what I use. So the next one, like what I do is I actually open all the palettes and just see, like, just have a little moment to decide which color. Doesn't have to be, you know, I don't know how people like pre-plan their makeup. Like I can generally pre-plan, but I feel like kind of just go with the flow. You might discover an even better look for that eyeshadow that you forgot you had when you have it all laid out. So in this case I'm wearing blue, so just like a light blue. I mean, you can still get away with dark blue, but you know, sometimes you just feel more playful. My bigger palettes are in the bedroom, so I'll have to make do. For this, we'll probably just use this massive Chi palette because I feel like it'll have light blue. So not quite, but it's got this sort of light grey blue that we're going to use. So a little dab. And so for this part, I am more extra careful with the eyeshadow that has color, that isn't, you know, just sort of a base, because obviously the color is going to show. So if it's not put on properly or neatly blended properly, it's going to show. So, you know, to risk not looking like clown or like a drag queen, I feel like this is also like something you have to really keep in mind with the color part of your eye look, to just minimally not go all crazy. So the term is light-handed on your lid, so that you're not covering your entire eye area with it, because that is some sort of showbiz look that we're not going for. So just same thing with your other lid, again being light-handed, because you can obviously see both your eyes as you're doing it, so just making sure they both look like they have the same amount of product on them. Yeah, like again, the same reason of the fact that people can see in your overall look if you've got unblended, messy eyeshadow look going on. So this is that sort of pinnacle part of your eye look. So for me, like, I have double eyelids, I think it's called. So I just cover up to the first line so that it's like a minimal, just the like, not, you know, screaming sort of a look. I have looks like with certain outfits where I actually do have a significant amount of product on my eyes. So it just depends on what you're going for, but always just making sure everything balances. Yeah. Now I just blend as usual, so the good old finger blend. Again, I feel like it is more important to do this with the second or the statement eyeshadow color because it's more obvious and it does give it a nice blended look. Like, your brush does a great job, but I feel like that finger skin to skin finish really completes the look. I don't know how to describe it really, but it's needed. I would normally now just do my eyebrows and mascara as well, but since this is meant to be sort of just a short video, I'll just do my cheeks. So we will use cream highlighting palette, as you can see, MAC Max. I have used different ones over the years like NARS and MAC, but I'm happy with this one. It's kind of got everything that I need. I only really need that sort of reddish color, or you know, that sort of bronze look, and highlight, like a sort of bronzing highlight and a white highlight, as you can see. So again, because of my skin tone, so using the right brush of course, and because obviously I switch between like a reddish blush and a bronzing sort of a blush, then just as usual just cleaning your brush. Probably for this I'll do the reddish one because it's a bit of a playful summer light, you know, light colors that I'm wearing and I'm going for, so just a red playful blush. So again, light-handed. You definitely don't want to go for that whole look, like a clown look, where it's just like big red, you know, red color covering your cheeks. I have quite highlighted cheeks, so it's really important that I put the right amount of product on it. Yes, they call it like high temples. Okay, so that's on your cheek. So remember, it's not on your, sort of on your bone. So that's for your highlight. So as its name suggests, it is to highlight features on your face. So it is not product to just lather on and go crazy. So because I always just use the same color highlight, obviously it's got the one purpose, so I'm going to be using gold highlight. Got a bit of color. I don't think I can pull off white highlight, to be honest, because I'll just look silly because of my tan skin. So I just kind of go for the nose first. I'm an advocate of putting highlight on your nose. Ariana Grande likes to do that. I think it's like a thing for darker skin people. And then, so remember, not on your cheeks, so on this bone here. That's gonna stand out in pictures and in sunlight. I don't know, this is like, to me, this is such a weird step of like makeup that I do, but makes sense. You're gonna have light sort of in the middle of your face, and I just do it on chin as well, and cupid's bow, just anywhere that light would catch. as a final step for today's video, I will be doing my lips. So I'll just be using a modest color. So I will be using a lip balm and then Smashbox. So I have thick lips, as you can see, that gets dry really easily. So just remember that your lip product isn't the one that moisturizes your lips usually. So I've done that, and I am wearing the Legendary lipstick Stylist Matte is the color. It looks like this. I absolutely love it. It's one of those purse staples where it's just really simple. It's just you gotta have it. You gotta have like a bunch of staples in your bag or you know, purse that you just literally take with you everywhere. So when you're in a rush, you've always got a lip color that's gonna, you know, suit any look. Like just a nice like burst of color on your lips. But as you can see, this is just like a light pink. So that concludes my vlog with how I get ready and the thought process behind it. So I would normally do my eyebrows, so we're gonna keep this short. Okay, hope you've enjoyed my content. Take care.